Hello friends, today I am here to talk to us and to remind us about what people do. Now people can and people will bury you. I have said it, I know what I'm talking about. People can bury you and people will bury you. I'm not talking about the physical death, but even if it is about the physical death, don't people bury people? Yes, they do. They bury people. I am talking about people rendering you useless, helpless, and then they throw you away, irrelevant. They think you're irrelevant. You see, the reason why I'm here is because I escaped from my own funeral. And that is why I'm here. You know what? Because I learned about human beings. And today, for today's sharing, I'm going to be speaking in parables. I just pray that the Holy Spirit will help you understand the message. You see, human beings can help us in so many ways. People can visit you. People can see you at hospital when you're sick. People can give you all kinds of help when you need it. Some of them are very generous. When you're broke, they give you money, they are generous. People can be loyal, they can give you company. If you're going to a club, they can go with you. If you're the kind who goes to church, they will go with you. If you go to both places, some of them are so loyal that they will be with you everywhere. They are very wonderful friends. People do all those things. But there is something else that people do, which if you don't put your mind to it, you will be disappointed when they start doing it. And that is arranging funerals and burials for other people. You see, I've never seen an animal bury people. It is human beings who bury human beings. And anyone can bury you. The other thing is that I have never seen something living, a living person being buried. No, people usually bury people who they have rendered dead. Then they bury them. And what does it mean to be in a state where you're dead? You know, let me say it like this. People will bury you when they think that you are dormant and useless and irrelevant to yourself. They'll also do the same if you are dormant and useless to them, and especially when they're in a place where they feel like they really can't help you. And the state you're in is so bad that they cannot even help you, so they are going to bury you. That's what happened, because when you die, human beings will gather, then they'll find that there's no life, and in their own human capacity, they cannot help you resurrect. So what they do is to arrange your funeral and bury you. People can bury you. You ask Lazarus and Jonah. They will tell you that human beings can bury you. And you can't blame them. Because you see, when you are no longer relevant in people's lives, the best they can do is to give you a befitting funeral. They will send you out of their lives. Even if you stay, they will act like you don't exist. Why? Because they think you are useless. You see, the reason people just like hanging around living things, not non-living things. When you have money and you can help them, they will be your friends. If you have advice and you can help them, they will be your friends. But the moment that thing which was drawing them to you ceases to be, human beings will arrange your funeral. So when I'm talking about people burying, you don't just think about them digging graves. No, just think about the fact that people can render you useless and they write you off. That is what people do. And people will do that when they think that either that you can't help them, but also that they can't help you when they reach to a place where they feel helpless. And this can be anyone. Anyone can write you off. Your friends, your family. Actually, it's rare to find a funeral service that has been arranged by strangers and enemies. It is friends and families that write us off. You know, when you stop being relevant to them, people bury you. That is like, it is like something they do all the time. You see, I know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking from experience. I have lived on earth for long enough. I have gone through seasons and time when people buried me. Almost. I didn't say buried. No, they didn't bury me. The Lord helped me. I ran away. You know, there's a season in my life when people had kind of like behaved. My friends and everybody else was behaving like I don't exist. You know, you're in this place that people, if you used to hang out and you're a group of 8 girls, they go 7, they no longer even call you. Why? Because you don't have money anyway. And then if you were in this 7 group, the circle of the village, they organize circle meetings, they don't call you because the last 2 times they were contributing. When people used to call you for one thing, you no longer are able to do it, so they don't call you. And so a time came and everything around me was like, people were talking about me only in past tense. Nobody has you in their future plans. I was in the past tense and maybe past participle. So I kept hearing, I kept seeing, I kept realizing. So please remember, I'm speaking in parables. I said, but God, what's happening? And Angel Gabriel told me, Audrey, it is your funeral. I said, what? Yeah, people think that you're useless and they don't hope that you will ever be. I said, even so and so. He said, yeah. Yeah, because they were making plans and literally I was not in them. So even so and so thinks I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I am not dead. And Angel Gabriel was like, it's only you who knows that you're not useless. And so for them, they think you're useless. And that's another thing. People can actually bury you when they think you're dead and useless. Yet for you, you really feel, I still have something good in me. But if they can't see it still, if you stay on that funeral ground, they are going to bury you. So I said, Angel Gabriel, what can I do? Angel Gabriel said, what you're going to do is to run. Because I realized that even if I tried to people will think it is the ghost. You see, when people have rendered you that you are broke and you're in the other people who live below the poverty line and you'll never resurrect, the moment you go to church and then when they are fundraising for cement, you send they will think you've started stealing. They will think, no, this one who became broke yesterday, where did he get the money? So I got that revelation. I said, no, when people have rendered you useless, if you stay, even your ghost, that idea and imagination that you could resurrect again, they will kill it. So I need to change location. So the Lord gave me wisdom. I ran away from my funeral. I ran away from people who were writing me off, from people who were singing songs of mourning. Because you see, if you ever be in a place and you hear songs of mourning and the one name that they are putting in the stanzas is your name, just know that that is your funeral. When they start saying, oh, auntie so and so used to be nice, oh, this one used to be nice, yeah, this one used to be nice, then that is your funeral. That is your funeral. Because you see, on your funeral, you can be there, but you're not there. People are making decisions concerning your life without even consulting you. I would be there and someone has decided that now your chair is their chair. You there, someone has decided that now in a nyumba tojisobola ugenda kusemuka. People can decide for you. People can even come if you have children. Hey, human beings. That's why I'm telling you. People can bury you, you should know. Actually, just know. Like, I want to right now, they are there because you're relevant in their lives or because they are relevant to yours. Sometimes, some of you, the reason why your husband still comes home is because of Okola. The reason why your wife still comes home is because of Okola. The day you stop, just start preparing to be buried. People just don't like hanging around non-living things. I'm telling you, it is either you're relevant or irrelevant. When you become irrelevant, they write you off. And you should prepare your mind because at one point you will be irrelevant in people's lives. You may be this aunt who has gone to the entire village and you help. The day you run out of money, you will wait for visitors at your doorsteps. You know why? And you will blame me and you say, but why do you always bring God in these things? I know why I bring God in these things. Why? Because God is the only one who sees value in lifeless things. He's the one who can be able to help you when everybody thinks you are useless. And that is why I say when people bury you, don't blame them. Don't hate people who dig your grave. Don't hate those who carry you to the grave. Don't hate those who actually bury you. No, because according to people, when you can't help yourself and they can't help you, humanly they are limited. And that is why I point you to God. Because humanly, people sometimes will think the best thing they can do for you is to bury you. Because they know if they call you in the other meeting, they know if they take you home, even if you sit in the family meeting, so sometimes people organize burial and you find that the only thing they can do for you is to give you a befitting send-off. Because so there's nothing else left in you. But there's a God who sees life beyond the lifeless things that people see. And when that time comes, he can be able to help you. When people are pushing you to your grave, just know they are pushing you closer to your miracle. But that way it was with Lazarus. When they pushed him to his grave and buried him, they pushed him closer to his resurrection. Jesus visited him and helped him. When they got Jonah and threw him, and they threw him in the sea, and then he went deep and was buried at the heart of the fish. They pushed him close to a place where he cried out to God, and God helped him. So don't hate people who have organized your funeral services. No. Because one, remember that they are doing it because some of them just think that they are helping you. But then also, just understand that when you're dead and irrelevant, people can bury you and don't hate them. You can't hate someone who has just decided that you're useless to them, especially if you're useless to them. Now hear what you do. Do what Angel Gabriel told you. Run away before they see you. Because when they bury you, finally they put a stone. Because people don't even like dealing with ghosts. When now so and so has risen again, people don't like those things. Because why? Why should you resurrect when they have already gossiped about you into one emeredwa? When they have already told the entire village into Wafa, that is why people don't like people to resurrect. Why? They have gossiped. They have gossiped entirely. They have gossiped. Now, when you try to resurrect, they will kill you again. That is why you need to run away. When your shop has collapsed, when you have lost your job, when everything has fallen around you and people have declared that you're dead, no, you first run. Because when you try to resurrect, those who spread gossip in our language, they call it abakugambwe. And they don't want to be embarrassed, so they will kill you again. So first give yourself space. Go to a place of solitude, alone with your God. This God who makes sense out of senseless things, who sees value out of valueless people, because he's the one who created you. So don't ever feel bad that I always point you back to God. Because what even better job you can meet someone and you know that unless God comes to their house, enters inside and helps them, God created you. He alone is able to help you. But for human beings, there is a reason why the Lord warns us even from trusting them. Trust them, but because people, when you stop being relevant to them, as long as you are irrelevant, mark that. The moment people still visit you because either there is something they see in you, or there is something they have in them that they think they can give you. So there is hope. But the moment people lose hope in you and declare that you're dead, because you see, funerals, it is not one person. In the African culture, it is not one person who declares people dead. If someone dies in your home, you make noise. Other people have to come and confirm to truly on a food day. So when people come and confirm and they see, there is something wrong now. But finally, when the entire village has gathered, and they have decided that you're dead, they are going to bury you. When all your friends, the rumor starts with one of them and says, but Sylvia is no longer useful to us. Like a rumor. Then the 8 of them sit down and fight. When they have agreed that you're useless, they will throw you out. When the chika sit and they say so and so, one person will be the first one to bring that chase. So when they have agreed that you're useless, so run from your funeral, especially when you know there is still life in you. Because God sees that nobody else can see. When you put yourself in a place where we more time, for us, some of us, we had to leave the city, go back to the villages, to a place where maybe people there can see a little bit of life. You might need to relocate. You might need to first change your social network. You might need to first live where you are. You must leave a place where people think you're dead, because so that you'll go. First, give yourself time. When the time is right, you will resurrect again. God is going to give you a new beginning. Then when you come, and this one we had already written him off, they will be testifying. That is people for you. But God is faithful, like I said. He sees value in you. And when you trust him, when you call upon him like Jonah did, he will help you resurrect. Because you see, God is not limited. Whether they bury you in ground of the soil and mud, or whether they bury you in water like they did for Jonah, God's hand is not limited. He can go anywhere to help us rise again. But for human beings, when you're dealing with them, we're because abantu basobola kukuzika.